So we need to talk about the Spiders, the group that operates in the shadows of the underworld, comprised of 13 elite members, each lethal in their own... What do you mean? What do you mean it's the wrong group? We're not talking about the Phantom Troop? There's a different group with spiders as their identifying mark and their overall theme. You sure? Okay, fine. I mean, the Phantom Troop was so cool, though. But in all seriousness, we do need to talk about the Spider Organization, which I don't think we have an official name for, that operates in the underworld of Remnant. It kind of does seem similarly based off of the Phantom Troop from Hunter x Hunter, but I digress. As far as we know, the Spider Organization is led by Little Miss Malachite. Now, we don't actually know if she's the overall head honcho or if she's just a general within it. As far as we can tell, she is the head honcho that organized it based on, what she said about getting all of the spiders to work for her. So, we were introduced to Little Miss Malachite and the overall Spider Organization in Volume 6 when Cinder went there looking for information on Team RWBY and where they were taking the relic. And ended up that Neo used that same organization to find Cinder. And so snowballed into what we have now, with Cinder and Neo both heading to Atlas, gunning for Ruby's head. So, with this overall organization, it seems that they generally deal with information gathering. If someone has the right price, they will be able to get the information for them. We don't exactly know if they dabble in assassination or mercenary work. I'm guessing they most likely do, and also how far their reach extends. They were easily able to find information on Team RWBY and everyone as they were headed to Argus to get to Atlas, and I'm guessing they have extensions in all of the other kingdoms, though Atlas would be the hardest to get into. We know for sure, though, well, not necessarily for sure, but I highly suspect that Little Miss Malachite and the Spider Organization definitely have an extension in Vale, or at least did at one point. And we were actually introduced to that extension of the Spider Organization way back in RWBY's history, all the way back in the Yellow trailer. Do you guys remember Junior and the bar that he had, that Roman Torchwick went to get some of Junior's men who first attacked RWBY in Volume 1, Episode 1? Yeah, that guy. And do you remember those two badass girls that he had in his employ? Well, their names are Milsha and Melanie, the Malachite twins. They are actually the daughters of Little Miss Malachite. And considering they're operating in kind of shady business in Vale, and Little Miss Malachite is the head of a gang organization, they're probably connected. So I'm guessing Junior is an underling of Little Miss Malachite, and then her daughters are sent there to kind of keep an eye on him. That's my overall guess. But with them all being related, with the Malachites being a thing, I'm really hoping that we get to see Milsha and Melanie again, because their designs were badass. Kudos to Monty for his designs. He designed both of those characters as well as Raven. He definitely had an eye for incredible design, not to mention the fight sequence that'll happen throughout the Yellow trailer. Now, with Little Miss Malachite and the Spider Organization having an extension in Vale, it'd be easy for them to get an extension in Vacuo as well, because Vacuo is the lawless country. There'd probably be many people eager to join up with that organization, earn a steady paycheck, and also getting to do thievery, bribery, murder, assassination, whatever they had their heart's desire. They could probably, extend into that. So, with that being the case, I wouldn't be surprised either if there was some infiltration into Atlas. I don't think they'd have an actual base similar to what Little Miss Malachite had in the town in Mistral, or what Junior had in his bar in Vale. I don't think there'd be an actual establishment that they'd operate out of, more that it'd be more trusted members would be sent to Atlas, maybe to infiltrate the military or infiltrate other areas, such as maybe the dust facilities, maybe in the dust mines somewhere, or something like that. When you introduce an underground organization that is operating to the extent that I believe Miss Malachite's is operating too, I don't think she controls all of the underworld or anything like that, but it seems like she's the main source to go to for information gathering. Cinder knew to go to her. Neo knew to go to her. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's well known and has a pretty wide web. Pardon the pun. So I would easily see her having extensions in the other kingdoms. And if she has extensions in Atlas, I think she's actually going to be targeting Team RWBY as well. Because Cinder's not really that careful about keeping her maiden powers a secret, as in, with the fight with Neo, she just got frustrated and used magic right outside Little Miss Malachite's shop. So, of course, Miss Malachite saw it, or at least other members of her organization saw it and reported back to her. With that being the case, I'm sure Miss Malachite probably did some research into it. Maybe discovered about the truth of the maidens. Maybe discovered about the relics, that Team RWBY has one of the relics. And conveniently enough, during the Volume 7 trailer, the relic was stolen from Team RWBY. Now, I think it's a bit of a stretch to say that, well, that was the Spider Organization taking the relic. I honestly don't think that's the case, because with them operating more in the shadows, I think they would have bided their time a little bit more and planned things out. It's possible that it was the Spider Organization, though I don't believe they made their move at that point. There was no spider tattoo or anything signifying it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Little Miss Malachite is now targeting the relics, because they would sell very well on the black market. You know, getting the Relic of Knowledge and being able to sell to anyone. You can have any question you desire answered with complete honesty. That would sell for a lot. And especially in the information gathering trade, that'd be something useful for Miss Malachite to have just in general. So I fully believe that we are going to see this organization again, as I mentioned, with introducing an organization that has such a wide reach, or the potential to have such a wide reach. It's not just going to be a one-off thing. Now, I don't think this is necessarily much to base it off of how serious a character Miss Malachite is, but she did actually get a villain card in the RWBY Combat Ready board game. With that being the case, I'm hoping that they wouldn't give a villain card to someone who's not going to be reappearing in the series. That's really no basis to, go off of, but it's something at least I have hopes for. So I fully expect us to see Little Miss Malachite and the Spider Organization again, and really am hoping for the return of Miltia and Melanie, because they were incredible designs, and maybe Junior as well, seeing him have a reunion with Yang, and maybe commenting on the fact that she lost an arm, and then Yang knocking some of his teeth out, or something along those lines. It would be interesting to see all of them reconnect, or at least be reintroduced into the story. And yeah, those are my thoughts on the overall Spider Organization. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you think that the Spider Organization has such a wide reach throughout Remnant, as I fully expect it to? Do you think that, well, I think it's pretty obvious that Junior and Miss Malachite's daughters being with Junior means that they are an extension of the Spider Organization, even though we didn't see the tattoos. Probably that was a little bit too early in the concept design to actually put on the spider tattoos, and they figured that all out later on when they wanted to introduce Miss Malachite. So, do you think that Junior is part of that organization? Do you think that Melanie and Miltia will return in the RWBY series? I really hope they do. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any other ideas where, maybe we've seen the Spider Organization at other points, where there's been other people acting very shifty in the background. I doubt that is the case, but in Volumes 4 and 5, they probably had the idea for the Spider Organization, and it might have been introduced. I would love to see it, even if the Spider Organization isn't touched on and for like another volume or two, even if we just see a spider image like engraved into something in the background. They just threw out those hints somewhere. I would love to see that. And I'm going to try to keep my eye out from now on to see if they do throw out little hints like that. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. I look forward to hearing what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't and want to see more theories and videos on the RWBY series. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.